Hi everyone, so we're here. Steve's holding the camera, or hiding off of camera, and today is day 2 of the cycle. And so we're going to start our stimulation. So I thought I would film it for the first time. I've never filmed it before. And this time we're doing 225 of gonal F and 150 of the Menopure, and I have to mix it. So I'm going to open these up for the first time and see what we have here. Oh, okay. So in the Menopure comes the packet of a bunch of different vials. So we have 5 of the sodium chloride, I guess that's the mixine, and 5 of the Menopure, which is a powder. So my nurse told me, obviously you should do whatever your doctor or nurse says, but my nurse told me that I only need to use 0.5 milliliters of the sodium chloride to mix with the Menopure. But I can do the whole thing if I want to, but I don't have to. Which probably would make the injection easier. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up one of these Q caps. I'll show you in a minute. It's a little cap that goes on the syringe to mix everything. So open up the sodium chloride with some, and disinfect it with the alcohol swab. Okay, let that dry. This on. I forgot to wash my hands. So we're going to pause the video and I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, so I'm back. I just washed my hands. I should clarify, Steve is not hiding off camera, but he's just holding the camera for me. So that's an important distinction. Okay, so she said to put a little bit of air in the syringe. And then it just goes on like that. And then I'm gonna half a milliliter or so. There's some extra air in there. So it's actually a little over half a milliliter, but half a milliliter, but I think it's fine. Now the Menopure. Oops. Again, just clean off the tip. And now I'm going to inject the fluid and swirl it around. And now it's all dissolved, which I know you cannot see, but oh yeah, you can. So it's all liquid now. And then I'm going to draw all of this up. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And then I can put the gonal F in after. Okay. And add it to the second vial of Menopure, because I need 150, and these are just double check. Yeah, there's 75 of the Menopure. So I have to do 2. It doesn't actually say it on the vial. Oh yeah, it does, 75. That would be bad if it didn't say it on the vial. Okay. And now I'm injecting into the second Menopur, mixing it around, and it's all dissolved. Okay. And then I have my Gonal F Ready Jet pen here. That looks good. No particulates in it. Swab off the tip. Comes with its own needles. And I'm a pro at this now since from my last cycle. So if you guys haven't seen these things, they're awesome. You just there's a little counter here, and you just dial to the dose that your doctor prescribed. Mine's 225. So I always do it, and then I make sure I show Steve, and he double checks for me. So it says 225. And Gonal F has to be refrigerated, so make sure you keep it in the fridge. And here's my vial of Menopur. This is tricky. You could easily mix up the sodium chloride, so be careful with that. Yeah, there's plenty. There's only a little bit of liquid. And then I'm just gonna stick it right in and use my Ready Jet. And then you're never supposed to touch the tip, so you just slide it in. Oops, I'm not such a pro. Yep, and there it comes off, and put it in my sharps container. And then put the Gonal F Ready Jet back into the fridge for tomorrow. Now, I have to switch out the Q cap? Yeah, Q cap for the needle that goes in my body, which is never fun, but not so bad. I just saw someone unpack their needles the other day on YouTube, and they're like, ah! Because they are really long. That's the length of, actually it goes from here to here, so it's a good inch long needle that you have to put into yourself. Okay. Oh my God. Oh no, it's just that the cap is long. It's only, can you see that? It's only that long. Not too bad. It's like 4 centimeters, not even 3 centimeters, did you say?
A little over a quarter inch.
A little over a quarter inch, according to the expert, who is Steve. Oh wait, so you're supposed to put a little bit of air in the needle so it doesn't explode when you pull it out. Upside down, and draw in. It's not coming in. Oh, maybe I have to put the air in first. Okay, sorry about that. My camera ran out of storage, so we had to end up using Steve's. So I had to run and grab his phone. So anyway, so I've mixed my 2 Menopurs, half a milliliter of the sodium chloride, and now I am putting it with a needle. I'm putting it all into this syringe. So what's actually really neat about these bottles is on the side, there's like a little peek through where the stopper is, so you can see when actually all the fluid is gone. Okay, so now I have about 1/2 milliliter of air in here that I need to get out. I think I'm supposed to switch needles too before I inject. No? Okay. So I just got all the air out, a little drop came out the top, which is fine. So, Kona, go lay down. Go ahead. Sorry, our dog. So, I need a new alcohol pad. Teamwork here because we're both one-handed. I'm not going to show you this part because I don't want to make anyone who's squeamish, especially my husband, he hates needles. But just anywhere within 1 to 2 inches of your navel, and I switch sides every night so that it doesn't get too sore on one side. Pinch my skin. Here I go. Yay, second cycle. That was a little bit harder to get in than normal. And it's burning. This one's definitely burning more than I remember last time. So I'm going to go a little slow. And Steve can get a gauze ready for me, because you have to put gauze on it right after. Put some pressure on it to make sure that nothing comes out when you take the needle out. Still going. About 1/2 milliliter left. I'll help you. It's feeling better now, not burning as much. Okay, so I have my gauze ready. This is a lot more, I think, and it hurts. I mean, it's fine. It's just burns when it's going in. It's a lot more than last time.
More juice.
Yeah, more fluid. So it's taking a little longer. Okay, all done. Letting it hold you there for just a few seconds, and now I'm gonna pull it out. And all done. And I'm just gonna hold. Sorry, our light. I think there's a ghost in our house. Our light flickers a lot. So all gone, empty. You see that? And now I'm going to take out the needle and put it in my sharps. I'm also going to put the syringe in there. And that's it. So we did our first day of Stimm. Woohoo! I'm so excited for this cycle. I was like ridiculously premenstrual this last cycle. I think it's because I was on birth control for so long. I was on it for over 2 weeks. And I never reacted very well to birth control. So I was in a very bad mood for a couple days. I actually had to tell Steve to stay away from me because I was scared I might be too mean to him. I know you ladies know what I'm talking about, and it's an awful feeling to feel that way, like you have no control of your emotions. But I feel once the next day I woke up and I was fine and I had my period. So I was really excited to have my period for a couple of reasons. I could start the cycle and so that my mood swings would go away. Anyway, so we are so excited. First day of Stimm, I have my first ultrasound and blood work on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, the August 19th, 20th, something around there. And I will update you then. 19th. August 19th. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great weekend, and I'll check in on Wednesday.